Good morning students. In this video we are going to discuss chapter 5, that is if all the trees were bread and cheese. This chapter is all about conditional sentences. What are conditionals? Conditionals are statements that describe both hypothetical and real scenarios. Hypothetical means unreal or imagined events. They are often referred to as if clauses because they often begin the same way. Let's see some examples. If I eat breakfast, I feel good all day. This sentence shows a general truth. Next one. If I have a test tomorrow, I will study tonight. This sentence shows a future event. Next one. If I had $1 million, I would buy a boat. This sentence shows a hypothetical situation, that is, unreal situation. Next one. If I had prepared for the interview, I would have gotten the job. This sentence shows a hypothetical outcome. Let's see different types of conditional sentences. There are 4 basic types of conditionals. They are the zero conditional, the first conditional, the second conditional, and the third conditional. Remember the following points. First one. It is important to use the correct structure for each of these different conditional sentences because they express varying meanings. Second point, pay attention to verb tense when using different conditional modes. Third point, use a comma after the if clause when the if clause precedes the main clause. Let's see what is a zero conditional. Zero conditional sentences express general truths, situations in which one thing always causes another. When you use a zero conditional, you are talking about a general truth rather than a specific instance of something. Let's see some examples. If you don't brush your teeth, you get cavities. Next one, when people smoke cigarettes, their health suffers. Remember the points. First one, when using the zero conditional, the correct tense to use in both clauses is the simple present tense. Second point, notice that the words if and when can be used interchangeably in these zero conditional sentences. This is because the outcome will always be the same. So it doesn't matter if or when it happens. Let's see what is a first conditional sentence. First conditional sentences are used to express a situation in which the outcome is likely to happen in the future. See the examples. If you rest, you will feel better. Next one. If you set your mind to a goal, you will eventually achieve it. Remember that we use the simple present tense in the if clause and simple future tense in the main clause. Use zero conditional, that is simple present plus simple present tense only when a certain result is guaranteed. If the result is likely, use the first conditional sentence, that is simple present plus simple future. Next one, second conditional sentences. Second conditional sentences are useful for expressing outcomes that are completely unrealistic or will not likely happen in the future. See the examples. If I inherited $1 billion, I would travel to the moon. Next one. If I owned a zoo, I might let people interact with the animals more. Remember, the correct way to structure second conditional sentences is to use the simple past tense in the if clause and an auxiliary modal verb, that is could, should, would, might, etc. in the main clause. Next one, third conditional sentences. Third conditional sentences are used to explain that present circumstances would be different if something different had happened in the past. See the examples. If you had told me you needed a ride, I would have left earlier. Next example. If I had cleaned the house, I could have gone to the movies. See, these sentences express a condition that was likely enough but didn't actually happen in the past. The speaker in the first sentence was capable of leaving early but didn't. Similarly, the speaker in the second sentence was capable of cleaning the house but didn't. These are all conditions that were likely but regrettably didn't happen. Note that when using the third conditional, we use the past perfect tense, that is, had plus past participle in the if clause. The modal auxiliary, that is, would, could, should, etc., plus have plus past participle in the main clause. The third conditional mood expresses a situation that could have only happened in the past if a certain condition had been met. That is why we use the modal auxiliary verb plus have plus the past participle. Remember the points while punctuating a conditional sentence. Despite the complex nature of conditional sentences, punctuating them properly is really simple. See the points. Use a comma after the if clause when the if clause precedes the main clause. See the example. If you had worked harder, comma, you would have passed your exam. See the next point. If the main clause precedes the if clause, no punctuation is necessary. See the example. You would have passed your exam if you had worked harder. These are all about conditional sentences. Thank you.